away. He puts on a little shake and bake. Look at this for a play. That is that is just full of confidence.
Oh my!
Hunter, he's been in good shooting form with that 3 ball. Peterson again. Oh my goodness.
Stop it.
Pass from Harvey was magnificent. Geordie Hunter to put the Phoenix in front. Oh, McGee. One of the craziest NBL games we have seen. It's going to go to overtime. Here's Peterson continuing. Aliir again. Why not? Peterson showing all the tricks. Peterson with a bullet. They're back within 1. No way. What are we witnessing? The Hawks get it done in overtime.
It was a wild one last time they met. These two teams get acquainted once more in the heartland as the second place South East Melbourne Phoenix host the defending champion 7th placed Illawarra Hawks, a game that means so much to both of them. South East trying to cement that top 2 spot and the Hawks trying to stay alive, a game and a half behind Tassie in that scrap for 6th. Joel Peterson, Derek Rucker, Leonard Copeland and Kelsey Brown with you in commentary. John Brown, the defensive wrecker, and Tyler Harvey, the offensive flamethrower for these two teams. Always critical when they get together, Ruck.
And this is a big one for both teams. Both teams playing very well, even though Southeast Melbourne have been consistent throughout the season, and Illawarra are only starting to find form. But Coach, great atmosphere in here at the State Basketball Center. Man, this has got a great atmosphere.
It's loud in here, but guess what? You're right. Illawarra have regained their confidence. You've won 2 in a row. You've added another piece in Sam Frawling, who's a double-double waiting to happen. I want to know how they're going to guard those 2 big twin towers.
It is such a big question in this game as to how they can try and, I guess, work through that big matchup of Frawling and McGee. Of course, South East Melbourne have got the question of who John Brown goes to as well in among all of that, and exactly how they try and match up against the Hawks' twin towers.
Well, already Justin Tatum has shown at times over the past 2 games he is not afraid to put McGee on the bench when he feels it doesn't suit what his team needs on the floor to win the basketball game. We saw it in a game just up in Cairns, I believe it was, where they did a good job late in the game. But I think this team, Illawarra, take a strong sense of confidence from having Sam Frawling back in the lineup, Coach.
Absolutely. The advantage is them on the offensive end. Now, they got to guard guys on the defensive end, and Southeast Melbourne love to shoot the 3. Which big is going to come out and guard someone on the 3-point line?
And no one loves to shoot the 3 at South East Melbourne more than Nathan Sobey. He has been in absolutely extraordinary form of late in the MVP conversation. And from a defensive perspective for the Hawks, he's going to be such a handful tonight.
He is, and he's so dangerous. He has such a great skill set. He's shooting the ball about as well as he ever has in his career, especially from deep. And the athleticism, the passion, the energy, the willingness to go out there and make an impact on a basketball game, it's unrivaled.
I'm impressed with him being 35 years old, still as athletic as he's ever been, shooting the ball better, and look, just being smarter, playing with a better IQ now.
And this scene at South East Melbourne Phoenix team, you only need to look at what they've done. Last time out, 125 points against the Sydney Kings. They gave the Hawks 116, and just the firepower they've got there. Even DJ Mitchell, who's only playing a handful of minutes a game this season, getting involved.
Well, they do it by committee. They know Sobey is the superstar, but the rest of the guys are willing to do what is required on the night. They do a great job of reading the game as a group, and I think Josh King, now that he's got another scorer in DJ Mitchell's out there on the floor, it's given him more options, Coach.
Absolutely has. Well, here's a team with a defensive identity, and for them to score that many points, if they can score the ball out of the way and shut teams down, they got a real chance, Joel, of getting this thing done.
Yep, they could be a very scary prospect. Of course, these two teams met in a semi-final series last year. It went the distance to 3 games. The Hawks getting it done at home on their way to that championship glory. They've met twice this season and splitting their matchups. Ian Clark will be coming off the bench tonight for South East Melbourne. Sobey Foxwell, John Brown III, Wes Iwundu, and Geordie Hunter, their starting 5. Geordie Hunter and John Brown have got a big task tonight.
And I'm curious to see a couple of matchups. Who from Southeast Melbourne goes on to McGee, and who from Illawarra Hawks, that starting lineup right there, Swakala Bullock, Harvey, Bales, McGee, and Frawling, who goes on to Sobey?
Would you be surprised at a zone or no?
Ooh.
I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
I think it should be an option with McGee and Frawling out there. I think I said that a couple of games ago.
So these two teams are both playing some really good basketball right now. They've both won their past two. The Phoenix are 7-3 at home, 15-7 on the season. The Hawks are 8-13, 2-7 on the road, but making a real charge at this thing are the reigning champions. And they look like they are rounding into some of their most dangerous form. McGee and Hunter get us tipped off here at the State Basketball Centre. And immediately Owen Foxwell's into his stuff for the South East Melbourne Phoenix. Nathan Sobey, who's led the line for the team in green so far this season, into a three. Can't connect on the opening possession. And John Brown in trademark form on the offensive glass. He rises up, can't hit. Rolling secures that one.
And what I like about the Hawks, they got two defenders on the floor. Wally Bales, for me, is a disruptor. He will shut things down for the opposition.
Spoken about Hayes, the real tone setter after coming into that starting lineup a couple of games ago. It's been a profitable change for Justin Tatum. Speaking of setting a tone, John Brown does it better than most.
And look, you can't post him up out here. You got to post him up under the basket where he's close, where he catches, he can go straight up.
Wally Bales rises up over Foxwell, late lock situation. Awandu collects the rebound. Phoenix are putting it in transition. We heard from Adam Gibson in the pre-game. They are going to try and run this Illawarra team off their feet tonight. Sobey sizing up McGee from deep. Left it short. Brown was in there on the offensive glass again, but couldn't collect it. 1 and 2 in the competition in pace this season, these two teams. It is going to be a track meet. Phoenix up ahead again. Iwandu inside to Brown. Got Bales up in the air. McGee got the arm outstretched, couldn't deflect it, but it didn't fall.
The energy is so high, Leonard.
I hate these days and I love these days. Both teams are hungry. Both teams are very good. It's hard for anybody to score.
That should be 5 seconds soon. And there's the call.
Have a listen to this place.
Wow, this place is absolutely pumping in here, JP. And John Brown with a big defensive stop.
John Brown with a stop, and John King comes over and says, that's 7 seconds. Josh King is 7 seconds, not 5.
You've got to keep reminding him you're not calling the game from an official's perspective, Coach. Foxwell from outside, no good.
And there's one. There's one. If they're smart, they get him in foul trouble. Who guards the other big then?
And right now, I think Illawarra just need a composed set. I would get into pick and roll with Harvey handling the ball and getting John Brown into it.
Both of these teams amped up for this one. What was Josh King's pre-game message, Kelsey Brown?
We'll be happy with this because the message was loud and clear. Energy up or you go to the bench, and everyone is in lockdown from the start. So I think you'll be happy. The fact that he's kept Illawarra to no score, but also they need to start scoring too.
There it is, that high low that I've been talking about. It's unguardable, especially when the big is low under the basket.
And especially when both bigs are good passers, Coach, and they understand what type of pass is required as John Brown takes a spill.
I thought he was...
Ooh, he's flirting.
Sobey getting to his left hand.
Sobey will always be aggressive.
John Brown up, causing some chaos.
Wow.
And this is what Southeast Melbourne do. They pressure, swarm you, create turnovers, and they win the possession battle most games.
Some real intensity in the opening stages of this game. Brown from the baseline. That's offline.
Phoenix 1 of 7.
Getting plenty of looks at it in the early going. McGee on Hunter, too easy.
And they're struggling to get the ball up the floor, but they got a special guy on that bench called William Hickey who can get it done every time.
Sobey almost tossed it away. Brown's able to regather it. Saw there JaVale McGee's impressive numbers last time these two teams met. That was a 4-point Illawarra win. The first time they met, South East Melbourne obliterated them to the tune of 40. Foxwell's a bit strong on the floater. Swakala Bullock comes crashing down. Tyler Harvey almost had it poked away. He and Froling play so well off one another. Sam's a lefty runner is good.
Such a good player, and he's composed, he's smart. He just put the left side of his body into Hunter, faded away.
Sobey swooping to the cup.
Probably going to need some help, though. If he's going like that, he's going to need some help offensively.
He's got all four in the early going for Southeast Melbourne as these two teams are working their way into their stuff now.
That's a problem. Derek, what we see now is a problem. We've spoken about it. Who guards him?
And he's bounced back from his recovery and rehabilitation so quickly. As Foxwell smooth off the glass over the top of Bales.
It is ridiculous how well he's come back, Sam Froling. What he's been able to put together on return. Harvey from outside, that one's short. Still the five starters out there for the Illawarra Hawks, getting some reinforcements ready in Peatley and Hickey. Sobey off to Hunter, right-hand hook shot, will fall. Shorty Hunter will go to the line to add the bonus.
And Coach, you asked me in the pregame show if he was shooting too many threes, and I don't think he was, but it's good to see him go to this right here. He makes a good read, dives to the bucket, and finishes in a highly unorthodox manner. Drew the foul, he'll go to the line to shoot one. Here comes the substitutions.
And we spoke to Gibbo earlier, and you know what he said? We're going to run these bigs. We're going to get them tired. Now, you look at McGee coming off now. He looks very windy, and we've only played 2 minutes.
Another hot day here in Melbourne today. 30-plus degrees with a severe one coming tomorrow in these parts. Nice drop-off from Froling to find Peatling underneath.
Froling. He's just a superstar, isn't he?
Is there an echo in this building?
I just can't believe what I'm seeing. And it's great to see as Sobey continues his assault at the cup. And this is where he's gotten so much better. He realized early, okay, the jump shot radar may be misaligned at the moment. So what I'm going to do is get to the rack. People can't stop me off the bounce. And now he's doing a good job of keeping that scoreboard ticking over, JP.
Halfway through this opening term, Nathan Sobey to the line to hand Southeast Melbourne potentially back the lead in a very loud State Basketball Centre, Kelsey Brown. This crowd's quite energised.
Absolutely. We talk about the energy on court, but I need to talk about the energy in this stadium. I haven't seen this Heartland Stadium as packed out as it has been, which says a lot for where Southeast Melbourne Phoenix sit at the moment, how much their fans want to jump on board. We know that JCA is unavailable in January for the Oz Open, but this home crowd and the loudness is going to come into play and going to be a huge advantage for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix in Jan.
Yeah, they're 5-4 here since they became bringing games here more regularly, Southeast Melbourne, since 2023. And their rise this season will no doubt be boosted by this vociferous home crowd they've got behind their backs as Froling drives inside. He's fouled on the tape.
Yeah, Froling is, look, I don't want to keep talking about him. He's a problem. He's a problem for them. They can't guard him.
Well, that's 3 ISO situations against Jordy Hunter where Hunter hasn't been able to contain him. And you see Froling's confidence increasing each time he gets in that situation. Now, he's not going to go to the line and shoot his free throws a little bit better than that. That may take longer to come back to his game, but right now, 3 of 3 from the field.
5 of 11 on the season at the line after the miss is Sam Froling. Misses the second. Code word is youth. Jump on the NBL app. Claim your free cheeseburger by clicking the Hungry Jacks button. Head to your Victorian Hungry Jacks store before 6 o'clock tomorrow. As Sobey gets inside, he can tell him that Sam sent him.
Illawarra better figure out a way to contain Nathan Sobey's dribble penetration as Hickey goes. The Cokes in transition, they have to build a wall right here against Sobey. Don't show him any angles to the basket.
Absolutely, you're right. I'm going as far as sending a double at him and making somebody else beat me. Because right now, it's Sobey doing all the damage.
Awandu couldn't get that to fall. Peterson drops it off to Froling. He's fouled again.
Southeast Melbourne, such a difficult team to attack on the offensive end. They've got great length, they've got rim protection, and they play in a frenzied style that really disrupts their opponents. Froling makes another trip to the free throw line.
Hungry Jacks NBL Ignite Cup presented by Disney Plus. The final headed to the Gold Coast, Feb 22. Still plenty of teams left in the hunt. Melbourne United mathematically a chance after their loss last night two cans. You can scan your QR code on screen there or head to nbl.com.au/Ignite Cup for all the details. 400K on the line, 60% going to the players. It was interesting to hear Dean Vickerman make mention of that at one point in the game last night, Coach, saying, hey, we're down by 2 in this quarter. We need to get back on top.
Absolutely. No one wants to turn down money. I don't care. How are you playing? You got a chance to put a little extra change in your pocket, Derek. Why not?
Bernard Copeland's Derek Rucker with you in commentary on this Thursday night at the State Basketball Centre. Nathan Sobey stepping back. That's all kinds of tough.
Oh, man. Good defense there by Greta. You can't blame him.
No, not at all.
Hickey lost the handle. Glover and Lewis were there to swoop on him. We take a look at the Amy replay.
Sobey comes off that high screen. And look at that. The elevation, the release point, the confidence.
He's 35. He's playing like this.
Already with 11 points. He's 4 of 6 from the field.
The Warrnambool Wizards just weaving his magic once more. PJ Peterson ran into Ian Clark. Elliot Green calling the foul alongside Chris Reid and James Griggle, our referees. Elliot Green, birthday boy yesterday. Toss inside from Peterson on the lob.
And that's number 2 on John Brown III.
Who only just came back into the game run.
And now they got to make it change.
And smart there by the Hawks. Go at him when this sideline's out of bounds, and that's tough. Right there, Coach, is probably worth just giving up the dunk.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Give up those 2.
I know you would have.
Oh, you're a funny man, Derek Rucker.
Were you two this adversarial
Yes,
when you were teammates?
Yes,
Even when you played together?
Yes, probably, yeah. You got to understand, though, Joe, when you put talents together and they go at each other, it makes them better.
You see, I don't know much about talent, Coach, so I can't go with you there. McGee makes the first free throw. 3.5 to go in this opening term. 5th in the league in scoring, leads the Hawks in that category this season. Free throw will count to make it a 2-point game with 3:30 left in this opening frame. Great to have you with us here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Round 16 rolling on. These two teams, the doubleheader, South East Melbourne have got Perth on Saturday, Illawarra, and have got New Zealand later in the round. Geordie Hunter's been shooting it well from outside. One goes amiss. QJ Peterson from way downtown. He was the tone setter last time these two teams met. South East Melbourne 40 plus. As Clark turns the corner, blocked by McGee, and Hunter recycles it and puts it in.
Good help there by McGee to get a piece of that shot. Doesn't get any assistance on his man, and Hunter is there to clean it up.
Well, McGee and Clark had a lengthy conversation at midcourt before the game. Of course, a lot of NBA ball at the same time. Tackling inside. QJ Peterson is swatted in emphatic fashion by Lewis. And then Nathan Sobey chucks it into next week.
Well, I think he got caught in 2 minds. You see QJ go in there. He should know better than that.
Little fella, know your place. Stay outside that 3-point line. There's some big boys in there today.
Good to see Malik Lewis back fit and firing for this South East Melbourne team. McGee into the pull-up, got it.
And that's what's been surprising watching him up close is the touch, Copes.
He's a veteran. He's been around a long time. He's played for a lot of teams, so.
Olympic gold medalist, multiple-time NBA champion. Geordie Hunter outside misses.
Haven't liked those 2 3-point attempts from Hunter. A little bit more patient. That shot will be there later.
45% on the season. Geordie Hunter was 4 of 9 last time out. Mason Peatling from outside puts the Hawks back on top.
And that's what he did last season, where he was so useful for the Hawks in that championship run. Peatling looks like he's slotted into positions better since Frolling's return.
Ian Clark had a rough one last time out. That one misses. He was 2 of 9 in 12 minutes.
And Tatum, sorry, Joe. Tatum's yelling, push the ball, push the ball. He's trying to get it up.
McGee can't hit. Hickey on the offensive rebound, floats it home. Hawks back up by 3.
Coach, he said in that interview that he was not afraid to push it against Southeast Melbourne here on their home court. He does not care.
Sobey looking for Lewis. Oh, he got Mason Peatling out of his boots. Just couldn't finish it off.
Only 7 of 20 from the field, Southeast Melbourne. Nice pass there.
What a dime. Wow.
Beautiful feed and a finish just as good from QJ.
And that's 2 on Ian Clark as well, so.
The big man. Live dribble skill set. Little bounce pass into QJ.
Learned it on the pass too, Ruck.
Yeah, and QJ learned his lesson from the last time he ventured into the paint. Hung in the air, drew the foul, finished.
6, 3, and 3 and a block in the early going for JaVale McGee. He's 2 of 3 from the field. Nathan Sobey leads all scorers with 11. He's 4 of 6 from the floor. Joel Peterson, Leonard Copeland, Derek Rucker and Kelsey Brown with you here on this Thursday night at the State Basketball Centre. 42 for QJ last they met. Free throw doesn't fall, so it stays a 5-point gap with 54 to play. Glover and Greeter, former teammates as well. Another couple who are having a good chat pre-game. Glover relocates to the corner. That one's good.
And that's a guy who can get hot quick. Shorty's quick, you're right. Shorty takes that heat off him.
QJ Peterson inside, drops it off to Greeter, lost the handle. Good defensive play from Glover. Southeast back the other way. Cross-court pass, Boxwell, I wonder. 3-ball, won't go. Rebound Lewis, and Elias smacks it down.
JaVale McGee frustrated with Greeter. Thought he had the rebound. Got popped away, and the Phoenix get an easy bucket.
Justin Tatum barking the instructions to JaVale McGee as he makes his way up the floor. Under 10 seconds to play in this opening term. It's being played at a frenetic pace in a charged environment here at the State Basketball Centre. Floater from McGee is good. Beautiful buttery touch from JaVale to end the term. And the Illawarra Hawks go to quarter time. Up by 2, away from home, looking to stay in the postseason fight. The Hawks are up 25 to the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix 23 at quarter time.
Got hoops in the heartland. It's quarter time here in the Hungry Jacks NBL, and the Illawarra Hawks have come to play 25 place 23 for the home team. I listened in to Josh King in the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, and it was all Nathan Sobey talking about pace. He's very keen for them to back in their conditioning. He said one thing: if we do this as a track meet, we'll be able to keep it up, and they won't.
Thank you, Cal. Entertaining opening term. That's exactly what they wanted. We spoke to Adam Gibson pre-game. They said that was how they were going to set the tone. They've lived up to the billing in the early going, Copes.
Well, Joe, we spoke earlier about the Twin Towers and how they were going to stop them. These guys are 6 for 7, and both with 8 points apiece, so that's 16 points from inside. I think great pass from DJ there. But I think Illawarra have to continue to try to get that ball to their bigs and work that inside.
Well, this is going to be a key right here, how they handle the pressure after a made bucket, and can they get into offense effectively? As Froling said, I got your offense right here.
Just
get off of me, Aleer.
Just bullied his way in, did Sam Froling.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Aleer for Glover. Pass made him a little off balance. He makes it good anyway.
Wow.
Don't underestimate how difficult that was.
Off balance, just barely caught the ball, let it fly.
But, Coach, you got to run him off the line. You can't let him square, and Froling is absolutely dissecting anybody they put on him. First it was Hunter, now it's Aleer.
That guy's playing like a champion.
Whew. Right here, we look at this replay. You've got to get up on him. And just that little bit of space for a marksman is enough space, and Aleer just might be too light.
Sam Froling, he's spent a little bit of time around surgeons in recent past, and he's clearly learned a thing or two because he is cutting this Southeast Melbourne defense up at the moment.
I like it, Joel. I like it.
I saw the destination there, JP.
Coxwell on the take. Saw some contact, no call. I wonder, once, twice. Mitchell over the top of the pack.
And what you can't probably observe off the television is the length of Southeast Melbourne and Greta.
Oh.
What?
Aleer doesn't like the call.
And you know my law. I am not challenging in the first half. As Greta got this one, we know how electric he is. Ooh.
Hands came down, though, so great block, but he brought his hands down, I think.
I thought Greta was going to try and elevate off 2 feet and yam on him.
Dan Greta will go to the free throw line. He'll hear it from the locals. The West Aussie casually splashes in the first.
And, Coach, I'm not sure if that was actually a foul, but I wouldn't challenge it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Definitely not worth it. Not this early anyway. And the fact that some of your boys are in foul trouble right now.
And it's such a high-energy, physical game. There's going to be more than enough opportunities to challenge.
Yep, absolutely.
5 buckets and a trip to the free throw line in this quarter for 4 lead changes thus far. It's an up and back affair on this Thursday night as DJ Mitchell flips that one home.
He's found his confidence. Toiled away for a couple of years up in Brisbane. Hasn't seen much playing time with the Phoenix, but over the past month or so, Josh King has shown an increasing amount of confidence, and DJ Mitchell is starting to pay him back.
He could be a real wild card for them down the stretch with his ability to come in and really stretch the floor.
Well, you look at his career numbers, and they are excellent. Shooting the ball from the three-point line. His offensive rating, he's just had to learn how to defend under Josh King.
And what I like about him is he's got size, man. He's bigger than you think.
Yeah, and, you know, you were torched by his dad so many times, so he's got greatness in his DNA.
Derek, there's two.
What? I'm just telling the truth, baby.
Sam
Froling
with 2 more. 14 in the game for Sam Froling. 6 of 6 shooting. He is giving them the business.
And this is the replay. Froling, you got to send a double now.
Yeah.
You got to send a double. He's unstoppable. You can't put a leer on him. He's gotten John Brown in the foul. John Brown the third in the foul. So let me get that right.
But that's a tough one, Coach, because that's an elbow hit where he initiates his move from. So again, it's a tough one as opposed to being down in the block. But you got to do something.
Glover on the take. Drops it off to Foxwell. Owen Foxwell sprinted the length of the floor unchecked and just waltzed in for an easy 2. Davo Hickey on the attack. He ties it up again.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's where DJ Mitchell hurts his chances for extended minutes out on the floor, because that's just not going to fly. Straight line penetration to the cup.
35 apiece. Now Lear stretching the floor. That won't go. Mitchell fouled Blanchfield.
Yeah.
Folks, I might need a sub myself.
They are going at it.
Wow, what a great game.
Southeast Melbourne 14 of 31 from the field, so they've had 10 extra shots, which is so much a part of their DNA. Willing that possession game, 6 offensive rebounds to 1, just 1 turnover to Illawarra's 3 as Sobey from deep can't hit. Hunter generates another look. A little hook shot over JaVale McGee. High degree of difficulty from Geordie Hunter. An extreme level of skill.
I'm expecting no timeout from Tatum, because how did Sobey get so wide open on an inbound? Your best three-point shooter, and he's that wide open? No.
And the offensive rebounds are starting to be a problem for Justin Tatum and the Hawks.
37-35 at the Tangerine timeout. 7:07 remaining in this second term. And this big crowd is loving what they are seeing from the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix so far. Been a busy week at Southeast Melbourne HQ. There's been all kinds of stars down there. Let's get to Kelsey Brown, who's with one of them.
They has been with Will Day, superstar for the Hawthorn Football Club. Will, we saw on the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix socials that you've been within the club. Can you tell us a little bit about the partnership that you've had this week?
Yeah, a few of us leaders were lucky enough to come in yesterday. We were able to watch a bit of training and have a chat to the leaders out here as well and just compare notes, and it's been a good few days.
That was organised by one of the superstars of Australian basketball. Jenny Screen is your head of player development and leadership. How's she been for you guys?
Yeah, big shout out to Jenny. She's been great for us, and to set this sort of stuff up, we know she's obviously an Olympian and a great athlete, and we're just trying to get as much knowledge from her as possible.
We absolutely love your input. Thanks so much for having some chat with us.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Thanks to Kels, thanks to Will. Yeah, Screeny, one of the best to do it. Are you two familiar with that young man's game?
Well, I've heard about it.
Oh, boy.
Derek was trying to tell me about it.
He is something very, very special indeed for the Hawks. As good as they come in the oval ball competition. There's he and some of his Hawks teammate, Harry Morrison, Josh Battle among them. Taking it all in with the Southeast Melbourne team tonight. They've got a close relationship, both based in the southeastern suburbs. As Foxwell steals the inbound pass, Southeast Melbourne up 3. Really come to play after trailing by 2 at quarter time. Joel Peterson, Derek Ruckle and Art Copeland and Kelsey Brown with you. Sam Froling shoes that one out of play.
I love that play. Sobey said get out, because he knew Mitchell had a smaller guy on him, and they wanted to post him up. You know a lot about that, wouldn't you, Derek?
Yeah, for sure. You're down there, you feel lost. As Foxwell loses the ball out of bounds, good call. And Sobey should really look to be aggressive, even more aggressive than he normally is, because Swakala Bullock's got those 2 fouls and probably won't come in maybe until late in this quarter, so Sobey's probably got about 3 or 4 minutes to really try and get to work.
Alia's got 3 on the other end. Clark's got 2, and John Brown, the third, has 2 for Southeast Melbourne. So both coaches working through a little bit in the foul trouble department at the moment. McGee, Harvey, Greeter, Froling and Bales out there for the Hawks. McGee and Froling have been dominant. This time it's JaVale's turn. Hook shot won't fall. The big man lopes back on defense and waits for Southeast Melbourne's possession to unfold in front of him. Foxwell, Mitchell with the mash, and DJ was just hanging around for a little while after that one.
Nice job there by Owen Foxwell. He's improved so much as a playmaker, just with the simple things on the court, like there where he gets a dunk for Mitchell.
Nice play from Greeter, who took Geordie Hunter out of the play entirely.
Smart play.
McKee was able to thump it home. He looked like a front rower there, Dan Greeter. It was a nice little block. Sobey from outside, that won't go. Tyler Harvey's been relatively quiet by his lofty standards, scoreless from 2 shots thus far. Right on cue. But it wasn't going to take long. Ties it up at 40.
And that was set up nicely by the fact that JaVale McGee did a hard rim run. And there was a possibility that Harvey could have thrown it over the top. But with a little bit of space created by McGee, Harvey steps into a transition three. Coach, who's got the advantage right now?
Well, I'm looking at the foul count.
Yep.
And John Brown, the third, has 2. Alir has 3. Ian Clark has 2. So both teams like to run. Both teams have advantages. Right now it's a toss-up there. It's 40-40. I hate to be on that fence, but the way they're running, 2 shots, really depends on who makes the most mistakes.
Yeah, and for Illawarra, it's a matter of clearing the defensive glass.
No, it's because he got fouled. It looked weird.
Against this team, it's really hard to defeat them if you're going to continue to provide extra opportunities.
Nathan Sobey at the free throw line. Download the NBL app to stay across everything in the race to the postseason. Of course, all the newsletters, video content, much more. You can switch between the codes as well. Hit the NBL logo at the top of the screen and navigate through to the WNBL. That season's heating up as well. Download the NBL app via that QR code on screen or in the App Store or Google Play.
Have a look at that night cup ladder as well.
Indeed.
That thing's getting interesting.
Foxwell on the move here. Off the extra possession. Scoops it home craftily.
He uses that backboard so well when he's driving to the basket.
A little bit of talk, Copes, about him being college eligible, despite 5 pro seasons on Rowan Foxwell. Does that sit okay with you?
Well, look, we're living in a different world, Joe. If he can go to college, back to college, I can too. What about that?
It just doesn't. You would never want to deny someone the opportunities, and if it was to come his way, it'd be terrific. But
y'all need to get out of that boy's pocket. He's trying to get
out of my pocket.
Peterson called for the foul up the floor. And halfway into this term, Southeast Melbourne are in the bonus.
It might be, but you got to keep your hands out.
They did a good job in the first half, in the first quarter, Illawarra with their foul discipline, but starting to lose their way now. And that was unnecessary there by QJ Peterson.
Justin Tatum from courtside position screaming, we've got to get rebounds.
That ain't all he said.
Yes, I was going with the PG version. It's a family show, Leonard.
Well, he feels that urgency.
He's right though. You got to box out. You got to go to the glass. You're too big not to get every rebound that comes off.
You know, another thing, I'll be getting Sam Froling back in the game because the Hawks right now are 16 of 24 from the field, primarily due to the fact that Froling is 6 of 6.
There you go.
Southeast have generated 11 extra looks at it in the early stages of this one. McGee tosses that one away. Lewis running interference. Lewis, Hunter, Sobey, Iwundu, Foxwell, the 5 for Southeast Melbourne. Sobey attacking Hickey, trying to float it home. Lewis almost kept it alive. Peterson pulls it down. He wants to get up the floor in transition. Peatling trailed him in, got baseline with the reverse, it falls.
Good move there by Peatling. Read the situation perfectly. Not really part of his game, putting it on the deck, but that was solid.
Sobey with 12 in the ball game to lead the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Make it 14 for their talisman.
Should have been an and 1 too.
What a campaign Nathan Sobey is putting together. Harvey got to his left-hand floater. The patented move won't fall. Sobey averaging 22 points a game. He's got 14 on 5 of 9 shooting. Now Iwundu's coming downhill. He got stripped.
Yeah.
So McGee coming to the bench, rolling out there with Harvey, Hickey, Peatling and Peterson.
And you got to make Froling a focal point, man. You got to go at him straight away.
Glover for another one. He can't hit that. Mitchell about to come back in for Southeast Melbourne.
That's lucky defense right there.
Harvey with just the one make here in the game so far. Hickey's got 4, Peterson's got 2. So it's been the Froling and McGee show, both in double figures. QJ gets a good look at it. Can't make them pay. Malik Lewis with another powerful rebound, his 4th rebound of the game. And lofted it cross court to Glover. Now Lewis making his move, can't finish. And whether it was Hunter or Peatling's hand who tapped it in, it went in. That Southeast Melbourne basket. Now Glover steals it back and he puts it home.
That's the blueprint right there in this ball game. Offensive rebounding, turnover, 4 quick points.
QJ Peterson at the other end can't hit.
He's been unlucky. He's had a couple go in and out, and Tatum wants a timeout.
Game high 9-point lead for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Justin Tatum wants to talk about it. 51-42. They have already scored 28 points in this quarter as we get a Tangerine timeout with 2:46 remaining.
And Coach, we see this so often from Southeast Melbourne. They pressure you, and yeah, you may stay in the game. You even may have a lead, but over time, they wear you down. They force mental errors, which lead to easy scoring opportunities, just like we've seen here in this second quarter.
Absolutely. Make the mental mistakes, go to the glass, play the good defense, and Sobey goes to work on the offensive end.
At the other end of the floor, Sam Froling, 14 points on 6 of 6 shooting thus far. And what a story it's been since his return. Have a look at the numbers there. So a double-double in first of his 2 games, then 16, 6 and 4 in the win over Cairns. Already he's got 14, 2 rebounds and an assist. He's 6 of 6 from the field. That's been quite remarkable what he's done, right?
And keep in mind, the Illawarra Hawks made a tremendously smart move by re-signing him last season post-Achilles tear. And they realized the importance of Sam Froling and his championship pedigree now. And he's one of the best local bigs in the competition.
And the best player for the Hawks today. He's been unstoppable. That's why I would feed it to him and cut off. Feed it to him as much as possible.
But the strength now that he has, Coach, he used to be a string bean type body, but now he's fully developed. He's got that man strength, been in the gym, looks good.
He's looking an increasingly imposing prospect is Sam Froling. As is this Southeast Melbourne offense. 51 points on the board. DJ Mitchell's called for the walk, so Justin Tatum generates the stop out of the timeout as his Hawks defense does as well. Kelsey, what was the message from the Illawarra coach?
Well, he was incredibly frustrated, a lot of expletives used, but the 2 main messages were this inbound. He said it shouldn't be this difficult to get the ball in. And then Will Hickey turned to QJ Peterson and said, stop getting the ball stuck in your hands. That ball doesn't have to go. He won't be happy with that one unless it drops like it does. But he originally had said to him, make sure the ball keeps moving on the offensive end. We're just getting stuck.
Just a second bucket for QJ Peterson tonight. Thanks, Kels. 5 points for him, 4 points for Hickey, 3 points for Tyler Harvey. Foxwell's got 8, rises up. Peterson with the rebound. Been good on the boards with his 4th. Lobs it inside for Froling. Made the big fella work for it. He tossed it away. Couldn't do much with that, Sam Froling. Sobey will pull up here. Whips it inside. Nice feed to Lewis.
Dynamite pass there in transition. Sobey just probing, piercing the defense, and then finally delivers a nice pass to Lewis and then gets a steal.
Active hands from Nathan Sobey. Foxwell for 3. Rounded out.
These mental mistakes that Illawarra are making, Southeast Melbourne are punishing them on. You cannot throw the ball away, and you got to box out.
They prey on those opportunities, this Southeast Melbourne team. Harvey and Froling couldn't connect. Harvey, baseline 2 is good.
That's a tough shot.
And to make amends for the errant pass did Tyler Harvey. He's got 5 in the game on 2 of 6 shooting. Froling has 14. Sobey's got 16 to lead all scorers. Southeast Melbourne up by 6 with a minute to play in the half. Foxwell attacks from the corner. Can't hit over Peatling.
that closeout really well, just missed the shot.
Peterson now looking for Froling again. Hickey's camped down low, tosses it away, straight to Angus Glover. Well, he passed it in to QJ Peterson, who almost got the steal. He threw it straight into his foot. That tripped Peterson up. Ball rolls out of play. It'll stay in black. 10 turnovers for the Hawks to 3 of South East Melbourne.
They've all been costly.
3 steals for Angus Glover, 2 for Nathan Sobey. So the live ball situations have been just that ruck. Foul on Tyler Harvey in the rebound battle.
And smart play there by the Phoenix to try and get that quick shot up. Sobey fires and Harvey just grabs Glover's jersey. He goes to shoot 2.
Angus Glover's good form continuing. 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3.
Not on that case, I don't think. There's too much for me. 1.
From the stripe. Tyler Harvey continuing to talk.
Essentially, the scoring's been broken down for Illawarra. It's the bigs, and for Southeast Melbourne, it's the perimeter players. Glover with 10, Sobey with 16, and for the Hawks, the 2 big men have 24 between them.
32 points in this second quarter for Southeast Melbourne. Joel Peterson, Leonard Copeland, Derek Rucker and Kelsey Brown with you. Hopes and Ruck's thoughts of all that's unfolding at half-time. Southeast Melbourne by 8. Almost another turnover from the Hawks. Peterson pulls up and hits a big one.
That's a big 3. That is a big 3.
No conscience, no care. Big-time 3.
Seconds winding away here in this half. Glover outside. Sobey for Mitchell. Peatling on the take. Half-court heave. Can't get it to go. And the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix lead by 5 at half-time in a highly charged environment. A very important game for both of these teams. It is the host in the Heartland, 55 over the Hawks 50. And this is all kinds of fun, you two.
Well, the Phoenix had an opportunity to really grow that lead. I thought it was going to be a double-digits margin going into the break, but good job by the Hawks.
Absolutely great job. Coming back, Froling doing his thing.
Indeed he is. Southeast Melbourne by 5. Let's get some reaction. Kelsey Brown.
Yeah, I'm here with Owen Foxwell. Foxy, physicality is at play, but the biggest thing at play is the pace. Are you guys comfortable with where this one is sitting pace-wise?
Yeah, we want to play as fast as possible, so super comfortable. We want to speed them up. We forced a lot of turnovers that quarter, so it's trending in the right direction. We just got to win those 50-50 balls, and they're just getting lucky ones, and we're gambling, and kind of loose balls we're not getting, so.
We knew that it was going to be a big matchup in the front court. We knew that Sam Froling was going to be a handful, as well as JaVale McGee. Froling's leading the way for them at the moment. How do you stop him in the second half?
Just making somebody else beat us. Like he's really comfortable right now, not a lot of physicality on him, so just pushing him off his spots, make somebody else beat us.
Thanks so much for your time.
Appreciate it.
A massive second half coming up straight after this. It's a 5-point lead to the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix after Illawarra Hawks fought back in that last little bit. We've got a massive Hungry Jacks highlights package right after this. point differential that separates the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix and the Illawarra Hawks for Thursday night hoops here in the Heartland. John Brown III is getting the crowd up and about. Might I add, it is a packed out State Basketball Centre. They are here to watch their team demolish the Illawarra Hawks, but they haven't done it as yet as we take a look at the halftime stats. Derek Rucker, Leonard Copeland, how have you seen that first half?
Well, it's been a highly energized first half, but Copes, we talked about the possibility, what would happen if Southeast Melbourne didn't shoot well from the three-point line. Well, they haven't, but to their satisfaction, they're actually in the lead. Rarely do we see them have a lead when they haven't shot the ball well from deep.
Well, that comes from the mistakes that the Hawks have been making. They're turning the ball over, they're taking bad shots. What they need to do is get the ball inside to Frawling, who's 6 for 6 from the field, and let him go to work.
Well, we talk about Nathan Sobey a lot. He's currently second in the MVP rankings, and he came out to play tonight. He's currently on 16 points for the Hungry Jacks halftime highlights. And he hasn't had the start that he probably wanted, but still sitting on 16 points, can you believe?
Oh, I know. Well, he's played very well. And I like his increased intelligence as a player. He took a couple of bombs early, didn't knock them down, and realized, hey, you know what? I might be able to make some plays at the rim, and that he did. And then the other thing he was able to do very well was get to the free throw line. I like the mix of diet in his scoring.
We spoke about Sobey and his growth and what he brings to the table. He's the leader of this team. The way he goes is the way they go.
He's 1 of 5 from the three-point line. No doubt he'll be looking to correct that in the second half. But Sam Frawling on the other side of the fence, we spoke about him in the pre-game. He has been formidable for the Hawks and basically one of the only ones that's providing on that offensive end.
He looks like he hasn't missed a beat. I mean, the way he's playing, his aggressiveness. You spoke about his size, Derek, and his strength. He tried to post him. They tried to put one of the guys on him. He just backed him down and went to the basket. And with ease, the way he's playing, I would try to get him the ball as much as I can in this third quarter.
And the thing about Frawling, keep in mind, he's still relatively young for a big. The skill set he has right now is only going to expand and become more polished as he gets older. What an asset, and we look at his Blackmore's player profile, and as you said, Coach, he hasn't missed a shot. You gotta pump the ball, pump the ball. Did I say you gotta pump the ball? You gotta pump it more to him.
Well, absolutely, and Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, when we spoke to Owen Foxwell at the half, he said he's just too comfortable at the moment. But we've got massive half coming up after this, but we've also got a massive Friday night of hoops. We've got the New Zealand Breakers up against the Sydney Kings. Woo. The Sydney Kings are hurt at the moment, and New Zealand are desperate for a win. You know who's hard to beat at home? New Zealand. But the Sydney Kings are going to town, and they are looking to get one back. And then it's the Adelaide 36ers and the Tasmania Jack Jumpers. 7:30 p.m. at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. Jackies are another one that need to get that win alongside Illawarra here tonight and New Zealand Breakers. If anyone wants to stay in touch with that play-ins, we have a massive second half of hoops coming up. 20 minutes of basketball. Do you change your prediction?
Oh no, I'm staying with it. Southeast Melbourne are looking good. They're going to knock down some threes in the second half.
Southeast Melbourne Phoenix and the Illawarra Hawks not too far away.
Half-time at the State Basketball Centre. It is the South East Melbourne Phoenix by 5 at the half, 55-50, trying to cement second spot. The Hawks with a very important game to their postseason chances. And JaVale McGee's been at the centre of most of it so far in this one. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, Copes. He's having a profound impact.
He is. You know, we spoke about those big guys. I don't think you're getting the ball to them enough. I mean, their impact inside the paint. And we want them to post up low. You post up too far out, these guys will double team, and they will pass the ball. But if you get them down low like this, then it's very easy for them to score.
Highly productive this season, JaVale McGee. 15 double-doubles on the season. You take a look there at how many he's had compared to Tyrell Harrison, who's played almost every game for the Brisbane Bullets up until recently. Josh Bannon with 9, who's been a fixture for the Tassie Jack Jumpers. PJC next on that list, and he's doing it in a slightly different way to what the big fellas are.
Certainly is, and as we come back to this game and you look at how can the Hawks win it, well, I can tell you how they won't win it. If they continue turning the ball over, they had 10 in that first half, which led to them taking 14 less shots than the Phoenix. The only way you can counteract that is to knock down a bunch of threes, and right now they're only 4 of 9. They're not even getting the three-point attempts in.
Hey, how do they get a little bit more out of Davo Hickey? 4 points, 2 of 3 to half time. He's had the 3 assists, but I mean, we know that this guy can. He's had a triple-double this season, right? This guy can absolutely take over a game when he needs to.
I think there have been some seams for him to penetrate, Copes. He hasn't looked as aggressive putting the ball on the floor, but knowing what he's seen now in this first half, I think he can go into the change room, assess the situation, and look to be more aggressive.
Yeah, he's smart enough. He knows that he needs to put a bigger impact on this offensively and defensively. He's one of those guys that can shut a player down, but when he gets it, he's going with it, and he always makes the right pass.
And we've spoken about it. It's a big crowd in here at the State Basketball Centre, and it is loud, Leonard Copeland, tonight. It is so loud that Ruck didn't even hear all that smack we were talking about him before.
Oh. Yeah, it's loud in here.
Yeah, it's so loud in here. I got a notification from my Apple Watch that said, yo, homie, you need to change your location. It's too loud.
Don't go anywhere. And we advise you don't at home as well. It's going to be a terrific contest here in this second half. South East Melbourne Phoenix started up by 5, and they get a turnover immediately.
That could have very easily been a foul, though.
Certainly could have.
He's got a couple to worry about as well, John Brown. Hunter tries to keep it alive, gets acquainted with some of the locals here in Wantirna.
Well, it's interesting on that last possession, though, Coach, because John Brown, the third, actually fronted. He didn't try and play behind, as so many players are apt to do these days, but he went with a hard front. Let's see if that's something that they may utilize as this half goes on.
Starters back out there for both of these teams. South East Melbourne 15-7, Illawarra 8-13. Both have won their past 2 games. South East Melbourne try and maintain their spot atop, near the top of the table as JaVale McGee rumbles his way inside. He'll have the bonus opportunity.
Face up, hit him with a little jab to go with a shoulder shimmy, and catches Hunter, puts it down, and just puts his body on it. It was nothing brilliant.
But before a big guy, a 7-footer, his handles are magnificent. You to post him up that high and for him to make a drive to the basket.
That's 2 fouls on Hunter. Go at him again. Just put pressure on Hunter to defend in space.
5 lead changes in the early part of that second quarter. 7 for the game. The Hawks haven't led since it was 31-30 early in that second turn. South East Melbourne took control. They scored 32 points throughout that second quarter. Almost a turnover there for the Phoenix. Harvey had a hand on it. Sobey regathers, pulled up, couldn't hit. A chance for the Hawks to tie or take the lead on this possession. Wally Bales, who in the off-season played an Indigenous Basketball All-Stars game here at the State Basketball Centre. As Sam Froling gets inside once more, and the big fella stays perfect from the field. He's 7 of 7 for his 16.
Coach, that was a great offensive possession out of a situation where they didn't have numbers in transition. Smart basketball by the Hawks.
Pick and roll, dive to the basket. You need your spacing, but when you got guys like Frawling who can score around the basket anywhere, it's easy.
Well, in that situation also, Foles, with McGee low, his man can't afford to help. Foles just throws it up towards the rim, and McGee's going to clean it up. Great hustle there by Bale to get a hand on that ball after he was beaten. Hawks back in it, 55-all.
Really carved out a role for himself. Buwali Bales didn't have a team at the start of the season, played some really good NBL 1 ball. Got a Summer League opportunity as well, and now he's linked up with the Illawarra Hawks as an injury replacement and doing some good things. Jordy Hunter from outside, splashes in the 3-ball. First to go for him from there tonight.
And that's a great shot because he's open. But you don't want to get him caught up with just shooting threes, man. That's, what is that, 1 for 4?
Sobey with the takeaway at the other end. There's a race is on between he and Bales. Tremendous hustle from Buwali Bales, who goes careening into the cameraman.
What a great battle for this loose ball as Bales throws it away. Sobey tries to push it out in front of him. Extreme athleticism by both guys and even better hustle. Sobey gets whistled for the foul.
That's his speed and determination.
I love it if you're the Hawks. Harvey curling inside. McGee on the reverse. Foul.
Well, it didn't matter because he committed a foul earlier in that possession anyway. And, Coach, you were signaling for it.
Absolutely. Why not feed these big guys now? Because we've seen what happened in the first quarter. John Brown III gets into foul trouble. Now Hunter's into foul trouble.
I thought that was the foul right there. So he got away with that one. Then Harvey does a good job of hooking him up. And then there was hip-to-hip contact, and they finally blew it on Hunter.
A warning on Southeast Melbourne as well, and now a tech foul. John Brown continued to talk. And that could be a costly one. That is his third foul.
He's got to come out.
Well, Josh King has some decisions to make as he looks down at his assistant coaches and bench, seeking counsel on what to do.
Harvey hits the technical free throw. McGee will have 2 more to tie it up at 58.
And right now, no player movement off of that Southeast Melbourne bench.
No one's got their hand up. They don't want any of this. They don't want it.
It might be an ample opportunity to go small ball and bring in Ian Clark.
Possibly. But on the other end, on the flip side, who's going to guard those 2 big giants that's standing out there? He's doing all the damage right now.
It's been the challenge for them throughout the night. 30 between Froling and McGee. Make it 31 as McGee hits the second free throw. He stays a perfect 5 from 5 from the stripe. And the Hawks tie it up at 58. What a game we've got here at the State Basketball Centre on Thursday Night Hoops. Hunter for another triple. That one's offline. 1 of 5 from out there. Swakala-Bullock back the other way. Hawks haven't led since the early stages of the second term after controlling the early part of the game and leading by 2 at quarter time.
John Brown has 3 fouls, and you don't even look inside when McGee's got him posted up. See, that's what I mean about IQ.
Wandu slipped on the floor, and he gets a foul. Maybe a bit of a bailout there for Wesai Wandu.
I agree with you, JP. It didn't look like there was a lot of contact. He's coming down on Harvey. I don't think that's a foul. I thought Wandu slipped on the floor.
Court wiper had a particularly nervous look on his face for a moment there. He's out there to clean things up. 22. Last time these 2 teams met for Wesai Wandu. So much NBA experience, another one who adds that to his resume coming into this Southeast Melbourne team.
And only getting his first point for the night. 0-3 from the field.
There's Austin Ainge, the president of basketball operations for the Utah Jazz. We know that a lot of scouts are out here at this time of year, Ruck. The Bulls are here, the Knicks are here, among others, but the Jazz have sent one of their heavy hitters.
Austin Ainge moved over from the Celtics. A lot of personnel shifting, including head coach Will Hardy, but Ainge out here obviously to look at the burgeoning talent in the NBL.
Wow! Oh, Jamal McGee wanted to give him something. It bounced off the back of the rim.
That's a grown man dunk right there.
Well, I asked him pre-game, did he have something special for us, Copes? He said it wasn't planned, but he had something planned there. Glover around, out, off, no good. Frenetic scramble for the ball. And a foul up the floor. It is called on Wes Iwundu.
And now the Hawks will go to the line to shoot 2 for the balance of this quarter, as McGee incredulously misses that slam after a beautiful spin move, Coach.
In the bonus now, the Hawks, with 6 minutes and 46 seconds remaining.
And they got to be smart here. Don't come down and start shooting threes. Get that thing inside, feed as much as you can.
Or Harvey, Hickey, put the ball on the deck, see if you can get by your defender and put your defender in a foul compromised situation. You're still going to the line to shoot 2 anyway.
Swakala-Bullock misses it. There's plenty of eyes on this game. Kelsey Brown from all over the world.
Absolutely, there is. We've got plenty of international scouts in the building, including the Utah Jazz GM, a Chicago Bulls scout, Adam Tatalovich from the New York Knicks. And they've been here as Tyler Harvey goes bang. That's a massive one. But they've been here. He can't tell me who he's coming to watch, but he's coming here to Melbourne. He's going to Sydney, and then it'll end up in Hoops Fest, which I'm sure everyone's excited about.
Derek, we were born too soon, man. We were born too soon, Derek. Come on, bro.
Foul underneath. Great to have so many eyes from across the world on
the rebound.
the NBL, of course. The Next Stars program has been so successful. Both of those teams have benefited from that. Malik Lewis out there at the moment. There's Ryan Higgins from the Bulls and Austin Ainge from the Jazz. Sitting alongside Chris Anstey, an NBL MVP, if you don't mind.
Yep.
That's a pretty handy little corporate box. There is Chris. He was up at Bendigo last night as well as Ian Clark banks that one home.
Right now, the Phoenix had 4 of 23 from deep, and a foul has been blown on Angus Glover in the backcourt as he was trying to harass QJ Peterson Jr.
This has been a problem for them at times. Josh King's spoken about needing to maintain their foul discipline. With the style that they play, that really physical, aggressive style on defense, this can creep in and cause them some issues.
Well, when they're knocking down threes, you can't see it as much. Now that they're not scoring as much, and you start fouling, then you got guys coming off the bench, it's a different team.
Personal foul for Quentin Peterson Jr. Todd Blanchfield and JaVale McGee. Plenty of experience in the world of basketball between the two of them. QJ knocks down both at the line. He's up to 10 points on the night. Frolling's in double figures, so too McGee for the Hawks. Glover, Sobey and Hunter for Southeast Melbourne.
Good matchup here, Hickey on Clark.
Spent plenty of time watching one another, of course, in the championship series last year. Nathan Sobey from outside, and that's the bottom of the net for Sobey. This game is living up to the hype and the expectation on this Thursday night. Sobey takes a gamble, it doesn't pay off. Peterson relocates the corner. Bang from QJ Peterson.
Right there, the Phoenix over-aggressive, created an opening for Davo Hickey to find Peterson. Big 3-ball.
Mitchell from outside. That one's offline. 2-point Hawks lead. Still not even halfway through this third term. This game is rich with intensity and feeling. And importance for both of these two teams in their postseason quests. Hickey across the lane, he's being quiet. That one rolls off. Froling puts it down, puts it back in. Sam's got 18, he's 8 of 8.
Too much size inside, and he's got length.
And he's got experience.
Championship winning experience. Mitchell, that one takes a fast lap around the basket. Swakala-Bullock, so important to the Hawks in their defensive side of the ball. Brown, physical on Froling, needs to be careful. Sam's first miss of the evening. Peatling Able to guide it back to him. Peterson from outside. No rebound this time. Peterson and Brown go crashing into one another. QJ's testing whether he's got the figure waggle permissions.
Well,
He's been denied. I did like the shot selection on that possession. QJ Peterson commits the foul on John Brown III. And this one, the momentum coach is clearly swapped over to the Illawarra Hawks.
John Brown takes a seat. He's been living dangerously with those 3 fouls, but he only knows one way. Glover, Aliir, Mitchell, Sobey and Clark out there. So Sobey, the lone starter for South East Melbourne. McGee, Hickey, Greeter, Peatling and Peterson. Look at the black jerseys crash the offensive glass. Mitchell!
wow.
DJ spins them another tune from outside. He's up to double figures on 4 of 6 shooting. Back within 1, South East Melbourne. McGee can't hit. Peterson pulls it down and can't float it home. Jabbar will have another go. He was fouled.
That's a real foul.
Got it on black 8. Does he make a play?
And we look at the Amy replay. All over the glass. And Mitchell, if you play for Southeast Melbourne and you're outside the 3 and your feet are set, you know what you do, coach.
You get it up. Man.
58 of them last time these two teams met. Kels, what's happening down the Hawks bench?
Oh, there is plenty happening on the court, but can I just tell you, I love being the eyes and ears down here. DJ Mitchell dropped that 3 and then looked straight at Tyler Harvey and said, pop that. He was running back, looked straight in his eye. He's on the bench down here for the Illawarra Hawks. He's not on court, but there is fire in this game.
Yeah, well, that came from earlier. They were going back and forth after a play phase. And Harvey sitting on the sidelines, you know he is dying to get back out there.
Would you antagonise Tyler Harvey in a close game?
Well, if I antagonized Leonard Copeland back in the day, I wouldn't be afraid of Harvey.
There you go, son.
He's still antagonising.
Yeah.
That's not a past thing. That's very much present here and now.
Oh, yeah.
Aliir from outside. Glover ties it up at 71.
Good decision making there by Aliir.
Peatling across the lane. That one goes as well.
He's been tough.
There are big shots being made at both ends at the moment. This game is being played at such a high level.
Still think the Illawarra should take advantage of these fouls.
Ian Clark can't hit that one. Foxwell getting set to check back in for the home team.
Got a set play here. They wanted Hickey to initiate this one. Oh.
Clark takes it away. They've got the numbers on the break. Terrific defense from Mason Peatling. He didn't stop it entirely, but he did a damn fine job of breaking it up.
And you can see Ian Clark just isn't sharp yet with this group, coach. Probably trying to find his conditioning a little bit, the timing, the angles.
Anytime you bring a guy in mid-season, it's going to take a little time. But we know what he can do. We know he's a champion.
Sobey out, Foxwell in to steer this bench unit. Aliir making moves on McGee. Beautiful footwork.
He's a developing player. Got a lot of nice attributes. Hits the offensive glass well. He's a good three-point shooter, and then showed us something right there, a little step-through move.
Tied at 73, 2:15 to go in the third. QJ Peterson with a hand in the face.
Can't wait to shoot the ball.
He is heating up, his QJ. He's got 16 in the game. What a contest we've got in our hands. Clark at the other end, can't hit. Aliir had a hand on it. They'll rush to the corner. And Peatling keeps it alive for Hickey. QJ Peterson again. Not that time. Foul on Greeter.
It's not a bad foul. It's not a bad foul.
Correct. Right there, QJ. Probably a bit too impatient.
And Tatum just told him that. You got the big fella inside. You got to feed those big guys, Derek. You know they stop rebounding. They stop setting screens, bro.
You just hit a 3. It's a perfect opportunity to act like you're going to raise up and get into your 3 and dribble, penetrate, and create.
Tyler Harvey back into the game. First thing he did, walk over and shirt front DJ Mitchell. They continue to bark at one another. Clark's offline. Mitchell goes at Pete Ling. He got fouled. It was a late-ish whistle, but it came nonetheless.
Man, what a game. I'm sweating up in here, man, like I'm playing.
You want to talk to me about sweat after last night in Bendigo, Copes? 76-73. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour is coming in June and July. It's your only chance to see them down under in Australia and New Zealand. 100 years of thrills, laughs and joy. You can buy your tickets now and don't miss your chance to become part of the legacy by scanning that QR code on screen.
That's going to be terrific. 100 years. DJ Mitchell missed the front end. And Copes, the Hawks have done a better job of looking after the basketball this quarter. They've only got 3 turnovers. And they're continuing to shoot the ball really well from the three-point line at 47%.
Neither team has led by double figures in this game thus far. Hawks by 2. Minute 15 to play in the third. McGee just forces his way through, trying to then put it back. Goes again and again. The relentlessness of JaVale McGee. He was swamped by black jerseys, and the Phoenix will take it the other way. Glover, Allaire, Mitchell, Iwundu, Foxwell to close the quarter for Josh King. Iwundu looking for Allaire, couldn't find him. It ricochets back in his direction, and he ties us once more.
Justin Tatum obviously saving Sam Froling for the fourth quarter.
Harvey cross court, Swakala, boom, outside. They're all getting in on the act.
That's a big 3.
Coming off some big games, Wani Swakala-Bullock. Huge 3 right there.
Can you see the confidence, Derek, in this Illawarra team now, though?
You can see the confidence in DJ Mitchell. And there's 4,000 in here that can as well.
Wow.
He's a sharpshooter.
Man, we got a game.
We got a what?
We got a game, son.
79 apiece, 10 to play in the third. What a contest here at the State Basketball Centre. Hawks with the final say in the third term. Peterson splits the defense.
That's a foul. JP, I'm sorry. That's a hack across his arm. Does a good job of splitting.
Oh, got the arm. Got the whole arm.
Got the fair piece of that sweatband on the left wrist. Elliot Green's chatting to JaVale McGee about it all. 1.6 seconds remaining in the quarter. What can the Hawks conjure? That was always going against JaVale. And now he's got the heartland right in the thick of his back, just like he was to Angus Glover.
Amazing acting job there by Glover. There was some contact, but not enough contact to cause that type of reaction.
You give him that foul, but the foul before that, you don't give him 2, so that's why they're a little bit upset about it.
Warning on the bench. Control your bench, please, Justin. Bench warning.
What are they doing, having a party or something? I mean,
Coach your team, think in advance, control your bench.
79 apiece. Both of them met in a semi-final series last year. Hawks went on to win the chip. 1.6 seconds to go. This crowd is right into this thing. Foxwell for the prayer. He ran into Peterson. There's no foul on the play. And we will turn for home, all tied up. A game that deserves this kind of jeopardy and quality. The Southeast Melbourne Phoenix and the Illawarra Hawks cannot be split with a quarter to play in the Heartland.
not a single point separates these two teams as we head into the final quarter here on Thursday Night Hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Josh King would be happy with his troops, as would Justin Tatum. And I've got a massive question for our two experts, Leonard Copeland, Derek Rucker. Who gets this one and how?
Wow. It really depends on who makes the least amount of mistakes. And the Hawks have come out in a zone, Derek.
Yeah, they've come out in a 3-2 looking zone.
And guess what? Because teams don't play against zones, it'll disrupt them early until they figure it out.
And a great time to pull it out. I've got the Hawks coming home in this one, JP.
Oh, you changed your mind, did you, Derek?
Oh, well, I can only deal with the information at the moment. I've asked the question, Copes.
79 apiece. Peterson tosses it up and gets it to fall. QJ Peterson's had a big second half. He's up to 18, an equal game high for the Illawarra Hawks.
And I can tell you from personal experience of being that size, there's no way he could see the basket when he took that shot.
So what he's saying.
Oh, boy.
Clark loses the handle. Opportunity here for the Hawks. Can they take advantage? Swackle the Bullock sprinting to the cup, got fouled.
Got such great speed when he's out in the open court. Does a good job of protecting the basketball, realizing the defender's on his inside.
Michael Bullock will go to the line. He's only made the one shot in the game so far. It was that big three late in that third term. And a shout out to Damon Lowry. The Hawks are in town and
we can't escape this guy, Copes.
Man,
one of their fans is...
That's an old jersey right there, Damon. We love you, bro, but man, he would have had that jersey for 30 years.
Notice that he's sitting in a corporate box too. I'm not sure whether he's there because he's wearing Damon's jersey or there's...
Damon's all about, it's all about money now. Damon's big money now.
Sure that'll get a hoo-yah from the great man. Ian Clark putting the moves on Froling, stepping through, making it home. He's been quiet, Coach, but he could still play a role.
Yeah, that's a nice play for him. Get himself going because we know he can knock down threes when they need him to.
Second this man for the Hawks. Tyler Harvey does it better than most. He and Wes Iwundu get tangled up.
Again, the Hawks are putting pressure on the Southeast Melbourne defenders, creating foul situations. And again, that's another two quick ones already, and they give Harvey 2 shots on this.
Tyler Harvey going to the line for the continuation. Kelsey Brown.
Just looking at this Southeast Melbourne Phoenix starting lineup for this final quarter, it probably wasn't what we predicted. I don't think anyone thought that DJ Mitchell would be starting the final term. No Nathan Sobey. I'll keep an eye out for that. But is this to save Sobey down the stretch?
Good question. They probably need to go to hit. Here's the thing, though. Sobey's one of those guys that when he comes in, he's going to take over. And he's been playing that way the whole year. You can't leave him on that bitch too long, I tell you that much.
Played 24 minutes so far, Nathan Sobey. Turnover here, Foxwell nabs it away. And Clark races up the floor to lay it in. 2-point game again.
QJ Peterson doesn't see the defense overcommitting to him. Try to put it on the deck when the pass was actually instantaneous over the top to McGee.
Geordie Hunter getting set to come back into the game. Tyler Harvey looking for a big one. He and DJ Mitchell have been jawing throughout. Foxwell knocks it away from Froling. McGee regains it, fades away, can't hit. And up ahead is DJ Mitchell.
And that's 2 bad mistakes by the Illawarra Hawks. Turnover, layup, bad shot, or missed shot, layup. You can't afford to give those away in the fourth quarter.
We are tied for the 17th time in the game with 11 lead changes. McGee can't dunk it home again. He goes crashing into the fans. 5-on-4 fast break. Iwundu, 3-ball, got it! Where's Iwundu with a massive hit? He gets the state basketball centre on its feet. Southeast Melbourne 88, Illawarra 85. Tangerine timeout, 7:20 to play. 7-0 run for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. This team and this crowd are feeling it.
That's a big-time turn of events. McGee probably got fouled, but missed the dunk nevertheless, one he should have made, and then Southeast Melbourne do a really good job of turning it around. Iwandu, 3-ball.
Woo. They can't afford to turn that ball over or make bad shots and not get back on the defensive end, though.
Wes Iwandu's another one. He's been quiet, 2 of 6. That's just his second make, 6 rebounds. And they have got such depth, such a luxury coach in that department. They could just have more and more players who come in to step up.
And those teams that are in the top all have guys coming off the bench that can contribute. I mean, we talk about guys subbing too much, but when you got that kind of talent on the bench, you got to use it.
88-85. JaVale McGee at one end, can't get it to go. And then this for the lead from Wes Iwandu for the Phoenix on the Amy replay.
Well, great awareness there by John Brown III. Realized he had a trailing 3-point shooter, delivered the pass. Wes Iwandu, big hit.
All of a sudden, the Hawks on the back foot. What was the message at the huddle, Kels?
There was one message more through Sam Froling. No surprises there. They want to get him the ball on the offensive end. That's not what they asked for in that timeout. So look to see Sam Froling more.
They come up empty on one end. Clark in the other. It's a bit strong. Hickey, Harvey, Swakala Bullock, Froling, Peatling is the 5. We know what a dangerous 5 it was at the back end of last season for the Illawarra Hawks. So they are rolling with their championship-winning group without JaVale McGee at the moment, who's got 17 points in the game. Iwandu with 4 fouls, Brown, Hunter, Alier with 3. Harvey's got 3 at the other end for the Hawks. Patented left-hand floater won't fall. Peatling's there to tip it home.
He's been special all night long. All the little things.
Slide it right back into that role, not only from a playing point, but probably a leadership and emotional point also, Coach.
Justin Tatum said he's able to play with strength a little bit more now. Mason Peatling as Brown gives him another look and banks it home. And Nathan Sobey getting set to check back in for the Phoenix to go down the stretch. 3-point game. What a thriller we've got on our hands. Scored 124 last time out. The Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, they've kept the good times rolling here in this one. Looking for a 16th win of the season. The Hawks looking for a 3rd in a row and their 9th of the campaign. Swakala Bullock with another big 3 from the corner. You can't leave him alone in that part of the floor.
Outstanding play, though, by Davo Hickey to get off the ball quickly.
And Swakala Bullock, you know, we underestimate Swakala. Swakala's got 4 championship rings.
Right. Shooting at 45% from outside this season. Foxwell got Hickey in the air, then got him in his pocket, takes it inside. Left-hand finish won't fall, but he was fouled. And now the reinforcements get ready for the Phoenix.
Good job right here. Peatling sets it right there. That's the key pass. You mess around with the timing of that. That shot right there is not available. Swakala Bullock, one of the best corner 3-point shooters in the competition. Foxwell drains the first one as Ian Clark walks back through the change room.
Looking on. Ian Clark, see whether he re-emerges. Foxwell with both, an 82% free throw shooter this season. Foxwell comes out, gets the plaudits from his coach. So John Brown, Geordie Hunter, Angus Glover, Nathan Sobey, Wes Iwandu down the stretch here. Harvey, Hickey, Breeder now in there for the Hawks. Froling and Peatling. Peatling with the lob pass, offensive foul. He just lost control and mowed down Brown.
This is one of those situations where the defender sets himself. I hate that call.
Yeah, I do too.
That's a garbage call.
Yeah.
He's just stepped into him.
And they're going to challenge that, rightfully so.
It might take a bit of overturning, but that does not seem like the right outcome for that play.
Coach, technically, it looked like Brown was still sliding to his left.
So the coach's challenge with 5:21 remaining at a really pivotal juncture in this game.
That's not a charge. He put his body in. Put his body into it.
Mason Peatling had let go of the pass, which was a wild one to Froling. 92-90.
Now, Coach, your boy Drewy the other night thought he was certain on the challenge.
Hey, you guys, hey,
Shout out
he's
to
shell-shocked
Drewy.
now. He's shell-shocked now. He'll never call one again.
He's not the only one.
What are you going to do?
That's got to be overturned. Otherwise, I won't be sleeping tonight.
Yeah, the fact that he's moving into the player. There you go. There we go. There we go. We still know a little bit about this game, Derek.
Enjoy resting your head on the pillow, Ruck. 92-90. It goes the way of the Illawarra Hawks. They should regain possession.
Sliding across. White. It'll be there more on the baseline.
5:21 remaining.
That's the 4th team foul on Southeast Melbourne. Illawarra only have committed 1.
John Brown's got 4. Hunter's got 3. Iwandu has 4 for the Phoenix. Harvey out there with 3. Swakala Bullet with 3 on the bench. For Illawarra, Tyler Harvey from the corner in the manner that he knows best. Puts the Hawks back on top.
A simple sprint to the corner, catch and shoot 3. Harvey loves those situations, and he delivers.
Makes it look so easy. Sobey at the other end trying to go blow for blow. One All-NBL first teamer last year to a man who looks destined to be this year. Sobey can't hit.
Now, Coach, I've got a keen eye to see how Tatum rotates his bigs. That game against Cairns in Illawarra, he went with rolling a lot down the stretch.
Tyler Harvey stepped over the back court.
Did he get pushed? Did he get pushed?
Well, what Harvey is signaling for would not be the reason they would win the challenge.
Close to a game delay.
Is that a push, Coach? No.
You cannot challenge the back.
Oh,
Wait.
wait. Maybe he did reestablish himself.
Out of bounds. It's going to be out of bounds. Foul on your team. Thank you.
Justin Tatum just had a successful challenge. Elects to keep one in his pocket here. 16 turnovers for the Hawks. 1-point game. What a treat this has been. Hunter, extra pass. Glover, 3-ball. Angus Glover as time expires on the shot clock.
He shoots that ball really well when he's moving.
Southeast Melbourne back up the court hard and aggressive.
4 triples for Angus Glover. Further cementing his 6th man of the year.
Hello.
Does he? As Tyler Harvey at the other end. He's got something to say about all of that.
Wow.
500 threes for Tyler Harvey. You've got a feeling he might have a few more as Hickey blocks the attempt from Glover.
Tyler Harvey in his favorite area of the court. Straight down split line. Look at that, behind the back, snap dribble. Gathers, loads it, bucket.
Baseline inbound for Sobey. Glover lays it home. Angus Glover count the basket. And the red-hot Southeast Melbourne man will go to the line to add 1 more and make it a 2-point lead.
Some of these mental mistakes that these guys are making, I know it happens, but you got to be smarter than that, especially when there's not a lot of time left on in this game.
It has been an enthralling contest. Absolutely breathless throughout. And yet, we've got 4 minutes remaining.
And they're going small. They're going small.
So Brown, Glover, Sobey, Iwandu and Foxwell. John Brown playing the 5 at the moment. Harvey, Hickey, Swakala Bullock, Rolling and Peakley. Illawarra with 2 of their bigs out there. Harvey's been the man down the stretch here. Can he keep it rolling for the Hawks? Tyler Harvey sizes up Foxwell. Turns it down this time. Rolling puts it on the floor. Gets to his left hand. Can't hit.
They got to get him the ball inside. He shouldn't be taking the ball from the top of the key and dribbling to the basket.
Hickey swatted Sobey. There was contact on the play. Sobey's got 19, as does Glover. QJ Peterson, 18. Sam Froling 18, McGee 17, and spending plenty of time on the sidelines at the moment. Here's JaVale McGee. Justin Tatum preferring his championship-winning big man Sam Froling to the former NBA star. Sobey with the first to get into the 20s.
Southeast Melbourne with great balance amongst its perimeter players scoring the basketball. And just the opposite for the Hawks.
Number 16 for DJ Mitchell tonight. He's given them some punch off the bench. Sobey with 21, one shy of his season average. And the Phoenix raise the bat. 100-96. 3:20 to play. What have the Hawks got left? Can the reigning champions muster another blow? Harvey gets past Coxwell, and that is a very nice finish from Tyler Harvey.
Good patience. They go 4 out, 1 in. And John Brown could not leave Sam Froling on that penetration. Easy access to 2 for Tyler Harvey.
19 to lead the Hawks now, Tyler Harvey. 4 of 6 from outside. Foxwell, floater from the free throw line, won't fall. Rebound slips through the hands of Brown. Peterson back the other way. 2-point game. The margins are fine in this one as QJ ties us at 100.
The one thing I love about this guy is every time he has the ball, you're on your heels. He's coming at you. You don't know. He's aggressive, man. He's aggressive. Even though he doesn't shoot it every time, you think he's going to shoot it.
Glover around it out. Rebound to Peterson. Harvey, Hickey, Swakala, Bullock, Froling and Peterson here for the Hawks. Brown, Glover, Sobey, Iwundu, Foxwell for Southeast Melbourne. Peterson's got 20 in the game. Sobey's got 21. Tyler Harvey. He is made for these kind of situations. Puts it on the floor, tried to scoop it home, can't get it to go. Froling puts it in. 2-point Hawks lead. 2 to play. Timeout, Southeast Melbourne.
Look, we got some veterans on this team. Harvey's been there and done this. Froling been there and done this. They know to slow it down. Don't rush yourself. Get a good shot every time.
Now the execution of the shot was not great, Coach, but it was an attacking shot that allowed help, and then Froling was able to clean it up, JP.
Timeout with 1:57 remaining. 102-100. Of course, Hoops Fest is just around the corner, Australasia's biggest basketball culture and lifestyle festival. Only 1 week to go. NBL, WNBL regular season games are so much fun. Scan the QR code or visit hoopsfest.com.au for tickets. And if this and last night is an entree to what we get next week, I might even get on a flight.
Well, the NBL season never lets us down. When the games get more important, they increase in drama.
What are you going to do, Joe? You're going to get on a flight, are you?
Yep. I'll just, first class, if that's all that's available. It might happen, Copes.
I hear you, big brother.
Might happen. 102-100. It'll be money well spent. 1:57 to play.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see a different lineup for the Hawks. I mean, me personally, I know it was working, but imagine if you went with the 2 bigs now and a high-low.
Well, firstly, what's their defense look like coming out of this timeout, Coach? I would throw that 3-2 zone look, and then on the second pass, jump into man.
Yeah, there you go. Switch it up. Give them something different to look at. Something different to think about. Right now, I'm sure Josh King hasn't drawn up a play for a zone. But they're up and in, which is...
2 minutes to play. 102-100. The Hawks need this to keep their postseason hopes. Oh, wow. Nathan Sobey's got that.
That was a tough 3. He caught it mid-air, let it fly.
Southeast Melbourne go a win clear in second spot if they pull this one out. Froling rolls downhill. Swakala Bullock can't get it to go. Phoenix getting the ball back up 1. 90 seconds to play. This crowd right at their backs. Nathan Sobey leading the charge. Firing again. Can't hit Swaka-Labulik rebound. Harvey for Froling. Lays it home. 1 point Hawks lead.
Great lead pass to Froling, who leaked out after contesting Sobey's three. Smart by Froling. Hawks by 1.
17 lead changes in the game. 6 of them in this final term alone. 2 absolute powerhouses of the competition trading blows. Sobey baseline. Iwundu cutting. Lost it. Brown put it in. It won't count. There was a foul before that.
No? Was that a 3-second call?
Will,
It may have been cuts.
over here. Josh, you got a fake warning. Josh, you got a fake warning on the Sobey 3. No, we don't have a foul there.
On the John Brown catch,
Stepped out of
his
bounds.
left foot was out of bounds. I thought there may have been a foul call, Leonard. That was not the case. And now, Illawarra, they're not the driver's seat, JP.
Correct, in the last 2 minutes.
But they got the keys in their hand.
100%. They come down and get a good shot, 2 or 3. Get back and play some good defense. You might be right.
No, it's out of bounds. Can't run.
And this is normally where we see QJ Peterson try and make plays. He's got big courage. Sometimes his decision-making isn't always on point. So right now, he's got to be on top of it.
Rolling 22, Peterson 20, Harvey 19 lead the Hawks in the scoring department. Up by 1, 17 lead changes in the game. A game that is so critical for their ultimate aspirations this season. Just outside 6th spot, chasing down Tassie. Tyler Harvey can't hit.
You can get a better shot than that. You can definitely get a better shot than that.
24 seconds to go. Southeast Melbourne back the other way. Sobey inside. Foul.
It's not a bad foul. It's not a bad foul.
They had one to give.
And fortunate because the Hawks had done a good job of rotating, and they were going to steal that pass.
Just reviewing the clock.
All comes down to these last 19 seconds, gentlemen.
Just under 4 seconds shot to game clock. Hawks by 2 at quarter time. Southeast by 5 at half time. They couldn't be split with a quarter to play. They can hardly be split now. 104-103. 5.5 seconds shot to game clock. So much of this team lays in Sobey's hands. This time to Foxwell. He's offline. He'll scurry after it. Give it to Iwundu. 3 ball here for Glover. Oh!
Wow.
106-104. 4.5 seconds remaining.
Glover short on the 3, does a great job, saves it with his offhand. Glover, a play ball 3, no dip, catch money. Angus Glover.
22 points for Angus Glover. He has been a lethal weapon tonight. And the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix lead at 106-104 with under 5 to play.
I can't breathe in here. Wow, what a game, man. What a game.
We hoped we would get something like this. And 2 nights in a row, this competition has delivered to spellbinding effect. He's into the top 5 in the Mitsubishi Motors 3-point leaders with his 5 of 9 tonight. 22 points, and if his 6th Man of the Year candidacy was in any doubt, that man has still got plenty of great basketball left this season.
And looking down at the Illawarra Hawks bench, it does not look like JaVale McGee. Still trying to see what lineup they come out. I would come with the 2 bigs here, Coach, just so you've got that threat around the rim. But that is not going to be the case.
All 3-point shooters out there.
So
everyone out there can knock down a 3.
Blanchfield comes in. Hickey, Peterson, Swaka-Labulik, and Harvey.
They want another timeout to discuss it further.
So they had 1 remaining. Southeast Melbourne still with a pair. 4.8 remaining. The locals are a little bit restless after going up by 2 on the 20th lead change of the game.
What a terrific night. And right now, Illawarra, they have an opportunity to get out of here. The golden rule, Coach, you know what it is. On the road, you play for the win.
Absolutely.
At home, you play for the tie.
And what he has coming out the bench right now is all three-point shooters. So you would think if they get a good look, they're going to let it fly.
Now there's time to dribble and create for one of your teammates with 4.8 on the clock.
On the other end, they're going to try to switch everything down here.
Let's see which way Alir on the inbound shades the ball. So he's shading it towards the top.
Everyone on their feet in this building. Who gets the last look? Hickey for Peterson. Go! Gets him to go. Timeout, Southeast Melbourne.
Great play. Is that old Melbourne United play? the Dickerman play?
Tied at 106. 2 seconds to play as this contest keeps delivering more drama.
And Coach, you're right, it's a variation of it. Normally that's Dellavedova when he was with Melbourne United. Instead it's Hickey and it's Peterson. Great execution by the Hawks. What a game.
What a game.
Just ridiculous, this contest tonight. We have been tied 20 times. We have had 19 lead changes in terms of when the lead has changed hands. Sobey with 24 to pace this Southeast Melbourne team. 5 of them in double figures. 4 Hawks in double figures. Rowling and Peterson have each got 22.
And right now, when you're looking at prospects for taking this final shot, and
JaVale coming in.
JaVale and Froling both back in.
Both coming in the game now. Smart move. You got
Reader coming in as well for a bit of length.
Now you know Sobey can get his shot off at any time from anywhere. And then there's Ian Clark, who smiles over at the commentary position. He might be a secondary option here.
I would leave.
Well, John Brown's got a game winner this season already, Coach. Keep that in mind.
Sobey's going to inbound. John Brown will be the man. Defers to Sobey to win it. Not quite. And this capacity crowd sits down and gets set for 5 minutes of overtime. 106 apiece. We are headed to the bonus period again between these two teams.
Man.
Well, they love going extra time. And I thought it was a well-executed play right here. John Brown, I thought he could have maybe attacked. Instead, he hands it behind to Sobey. Not a bad option either.
They had the 2 seconds available. They made sure they used every last millisecond of it. And now we go to overtime, 106 apiece.
Man, these two teams like making us work overtime, don't they, Garrett?
And they put the ball in the bucket.
Phoenix have already put 116 on the Hawks this season.
They've taken 41 threes in this one here, JP.
So that's 99 in their past 2 outings against this team. That's like 3 games from Copes.
No, it's 2.
The all-time leading scorer in the Bendigo Stadium.
That's right.
With 67.
Do I still have that record?
Yeah, Chris didn't get quite close to it last night.
All right.
I think he's 4 short of you.
All righty.
As both of these teams get set here in this period, does either team go in with a little bit more confidence than the other based on how the end of this game played out?
Coach, I think Southeast Melbourne probably feel worse simply because they're at home and they would have liked to have closed it out when they had that lead in the final minute. But in terms of momentum, I don't see any significant difference.
2 even teams right now. One team gets up by 3 or 4, the other team comes back, gets up by 1 or 2. So really, it depends on who's making the mistakes at which certain time.
So a lot for Justin Tatum to work through at his huddle. Kelsey Brown, could you hear anything down there?
Well, it is absolutely pumping down here, but one thing about the Illawarra Hawks, they are excited about that. The morale within that group was up and about, but there were 3 things that he had to talk about. Rebounds was one of them, but on the offensive end, it was all about rolling it in dominating with the bigs and getting downhill. He said, I don't need anyone dancing on the outside and shooting a three. I want you to get downhill.
And there's a couple of guys with foul trouble, which can hurt them.
And some guys who have made significant contributions, namely Quentin Peterson's been great. 22 points, he's a plus 20 in his efficiency. He's been extremely good. Sobey obviously with the 24, but Angus Glover off the Phoenix bench has matched Peterson with 22 also.
Away we go in overtime. 106 apiece as these two teams head to the bonus period again. Peterson looking down low for McGee, can't find him. And that swarming Southeast Melbourne defense takes hold. Sobey driving to the hoop.
Now when you want to play those two bigs, that's the last thing you can allow, is a drive to the rack, relatively uncontested.
Tyler Harvey now taking it into his own hands. Left-hand floater won't fall.
Tough shot.
He's capable of making them. Just didn't go for him on that occasion. Sobey with a game high, 26 points. Stepping back to add 3 more, not this time. He reels in the rebound, the 9th of the contest to go with his 17 and 3 assists.
I still think they need to try to get this ball inside.
Well, Iwandu is on Froling right now.
Harvey likes the matchup on Glover. Left the lefty shot short. Foxwell hits the deck. Able to shovel it up to Angus Glover. 2-point lead to the Phoenix. The tension of the overtime period. Oh, and Foxwell cuts it with a knife.
Well, Awandu's got 4 fouls. John Brown III's got 4 fouls, and you got your 2 bigs out here, and you haven't looked inside one time.
Phoenix by 5. Neither team have led by double figures all game. Sobey with the strip and in the score. Nathan Sobey getting the Heartland fired up.
And for years, we have seen Nathan Sobey try and try and try to play at the level. But this year, it's all coming together for the 35-year-old as he comes up with a huge steal.
28 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals for Nathan Sobey. He is so much the leader of this team. And he's got them going in the bonus period to lead by 7.
Big time possession coming out of this timeout, coach.
Yep.
Don't need to rush. Just get a quality shot, get a good 2, get it back to a 2-possession game, defend, rebound.
Make it simple. Nice, simple. Cross screen for the big. Down screen, give him the ball.
Look at the Black Moles player profile. That is a healthy-looking stat line from this MVP contender.
Well, it's one that will not damage his chances. And again, the difference. When he was in Brisbane, he was putting up numbers, but they weren't winning.
Right.
Now he's doing it in a highly valuable manner.
Hawks on the back foot. Kels, what was the theme at their huddle?
Well, just before the overtime period started, Justin Tatum tossed up whether he was going to go with QJ Peterson or Wani Bullock. He ended up going with QJ Peterson, and he ripped him off the court just then after the 2 turnovers. I am not surprised to see Wani out there.
Harvey, Hickey, Wani, Froling and Peatling here for the Hawks. Brown, Glover, Sobey, Iwandu, Foxwell. Sobey with 28. He's... Oh! And Nathan Sobey with the exclamation mark on what has been an almighty statement. The MVP chants ring around the State Basketball Centre. Their equal game-high 9-point lead wasn't for long. What about this from scintillating Sobey? What about this crowd? They only want it to go in one direction. Sobey looks exhausted. Foxwell playing with it, kept it alive somehow. And Dave O'Hickey swats that one into next week.
He does that well, doesn't he? Let you get past him.
Now the Phoenix need to stay on it. The emotions are running high. Fatigue is truly set in. And they have to continue to execute on this end.
115, 108. 239 points in their past 2 games for Phoenix. Foxwell with 2 more to get it back to an equal game high 9-point lead.
Good basketball there by the Phoenix. In a limited shot clock, they executed well. Foxwell finished. 11
points to 2 so far in the bonus period. We know Will Hickey's got big plays in big moments. He goes to Froling here, tosses it to Peatling. The Hawks stay alive.
But they can stop though. Yes, it's okay to score, but you can't let things come down and score at will. This clock's not on your side.
Can they buckle down here? Brown for Glover. I wonder, Foxwell, Harvey got a piece of it. It ricochets away to Foxwell and they'll get another look.
18 offensive rebounds.
Sobey down the lane.
Wow! Whoa!
He has not played better basketball in his life, Nathan Sobey.
He's balling, he's balling.
And he is giving this crowd life at the moment.
The athleticism draws the contact. Look at that English on it, coach.
Wow. He's balling, he's balling. Unstoppable.
And listen to this capacity crowd get behind him. Much maligned throughout the course of his career. Nathan Sobey's continued to reinvent himself and reanimate himself for this Phoenix team. He misses the chance to put them up 10. 1:06 to play. Swakala-Bullock's been deadly from that spot. Not that time. Battle for the loose ball. John Brown got fouled. Exactly a minute to play. Phoenix up by 9.
Hate to see that. Reaching for the back of his neck. And he's been so valuable today. Only 2 points, but he's done a great job in continuing to defend with those 4 fouls. That kind of got crunched into an awkward position.
13th time they've scored 100 or more so far this season, the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Last time they met, it was 113 to 109. The first time they met, it was 116 to 76. They've got 119 points after putting up a franchise record 124 in their last game.
Well, Glover, Sobey, and Foxwell have 69 between them.
It's nice going for the triumvirate for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. 48 seconds to play. Southeast Melbourne by 9. Playing keepings off at the moment. It's schoolyard stuff. Sobey driving again. And he's in. Oh! They're really in now!
It's on.
That was almost a bench clearer. Josh King has raced down there. Ronnie Swakala-Bullock and Nathan Sobey going toe-to-toe. As if this game didn't need another layer baked into it.
Great pass by Glover. Sobey looks to attack, and he was not happy with the little hip that Bales gave him as he went to elevate.
Swakala-Bullock came in there to answer that.
Josh!
And I have a feeling this will be upgraded, coach, because Bales did not make a play at the ball.
Wally Bales was the initiator of the contact.
So we're going to
Take a look at this, and then they came from everywhere.
And I wouldn't be surprised if this is a DQ.
He's laid him out as Wally Bales. You see Wani fly in there to support him.
We have an unsportsmanlike foul on Bales.
Coaches now going at it.
Contact. We just wanted everything else after that. Can you please just check?
And a game that's been played at such a high level with such great intensity.
And then we want to check.
Unfortunately, might end with some spite.
Well, the stakes are high, Joel. And Southeast Melbourne want to preserve and build on their second spot on the ladder. And of course, the Hawks, they know the clock is ticking on their chances of qualifying for the play-in. We have another look at it, and there's no doubt there that at least is going to be an unsportsmanlike.
Yeah. Nathan Sobey was not taking that kind of treatment. Justin Tatum was in there, Josh King was in there. They continue to deliberate.
And there are some mind games going on between these two teams and the benches off camera. There's a lot of posturing.
White 14, unsportsmanlike foul.
Fair.
Unsportsmanlike foul on Wally Bales, who goes over to Chris Reed and asks how.
He pushed me though.
Wally, you're not playing rugby.
Lucky he ain't out of this game.
He's very lucky. That's as close as you go.
So anybody can grab up and pull. I got.
Justin Tatum making the point. Well, what about
There's a whole
Sobey?
reaction from everyone, so if we're going to start pulling...
That's a reaction because he grabbed our jersey. Yes, we fouled him. Yes, we fouled him. We'll take the foul.
Unsportsmanlike, that's a retaliation act. If we're going to penalise that, then we're going to penalise...
Hey, every time somebody fouls, you grab their fucking jersey and you won't get a foul.
Nathan Sobey misses the first free throw.
I think we got more activity coming.
Foul on Justin Tatum. This is getting out of hand now for the Hawks. They have not been able to maintain their cool down the stretch.
Joel Kalu trying to calm Justin Tatum down.
The Phoenix, with all that's happened tonight, have not led by double figures. And Nathan Sobey has missed 2 free throws consecutively to keep the margin at 9.
JP, at the end of quarter time, there have been 55 lead changes.
That includes ties. It's 19 without the ties. 20 times we have been square in this game. Southeast Melbourne by a game-high 10 at the end of things. Nathan Sobey and Davo Hickey talking it up. Now another technical is called. That's on Will Hickey.
Come on, fellas.
The time for talk is done.
Let's play. Let's just play basketball. Let's go.
Now Bales gets into it with Foxwell. The aftermath here could really be quite something. They might not be done trading blows. Sobey wants to go with them again as he gets to the stripe. The referees are in there to make sure this does not escalate further. Angus Glover and Sam Froling playing the roles of pacifiers out there at the moment.
Wani Swakala-Bullock will take a seat on the bench.
5 fouls, 9
That is his 5th foul.
Hit some big shots tonight. Wani Swakala-Bullock played an important defensive role again.
Shame it ends like this, though, because it's such a good game.
Yep, spot on, Copes. Spot on. And you love the tension, you love the drama, you love the physicality and the toe-to-toe between these two teams, but there is a line.
Yep. There is.
And we've approached it, if not crossed it, here at the end. Phoenix by 12. 122 after 124 last time out. Hickey's offline. Shot clock and game clock almost in step. Sobey for some more. Hickey strips him of it. Bales the other way. Brown got a piece. Sobey will have the final say. They equal their franchise high of 124 points. Wally Bales walks them off with a 3. Southeast Melbourne get a big victory on the road in a game that had all kinds of tension and drama and quality throughout. The final score, 124-113, as the Phoenix cement second spot.
And Nathan Sobey, our Foot Locker player of the game, 37 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, big-time contribution in overtime. What a basketball game, Coach.
Talented, both teams talented. Both teams wanted this win. And it went down to the wire. I mean, for these two teams to battle into the overtime, you know, it's quality basketball.
124-113. Got a feeling that's an equal career high for Nathan Sobey as well with 37 tonight. 25 from the field, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, and most importantly, the Southeast Melbourne get a 16th win of the campaign with a raucous crowd here at the State Basketball Centre in what was a highly charged environment. 124-113. Nathan Sobey, the star. He is with Kelsey Brown.
He absolutely is the star, Nathan Sobey. You've just equaled your franchise record of scoring. But how important was that one to get out a really gritty win in the end?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. They're playing some great basketball. And that's Powerade for sure. They're playing some great basketball, so we knew it was going to come in and be a tough contest, and it was everything and that. Boys did a great job to pull away in the end.
I have to ask about the physicality and the tension in this stadium. There was a fair bit going on at the end, but you guys really stood up to the challenge. How did you see that?
I mean, the competitiveness is what it's all about. I mean, two teams trying to compete at a high level and trying to get a win. Maybe a few questionable calls down the stretch with that sort of thing, with how we were getting hit, but it is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, just happy to come away with a win.
I have to ask about this crowd and your fan base at the moment. There's been so much talk around you guys as a club. You're searching for your first championship, and it really feels like the fan base are coming along with you. I feel like everyone is starting to believe in the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wrote us off at the start of the year. We're going to keep that chip on our shoulder. We know that we've got a long way to go, but our crowd does a great job every single night. They give us that extra energy, and then once we get going, we really feed off that.
Lastly, I just want to ask, did you hear the MVP chant?
Yeah, it'd be nice if I could make a free throw.
Thanks for your time. The Southeast Melbourne Phoenix come away with a huge overtime win, 124-113 over the Illawarra Hawks. That game had absolutely everything in it. Fights, massive scores. We can't wait to break it down right after this break.
enthralling game on the Thursday night, laced with tension. It ended with animosity. But the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix go a win clear in second spot. And the Illawarra Hawks post-season hopes take another blow. Joel Peterson, Derek Rucker and Lennart Copeland with you to sum all that. I don't know quite how as we look at our match stats, you two gentlemen.
Well, it's incredible. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix almost get up 100 field goal attempts. They got better from the three-point line in the second half, but the individual brilliance of Nathan Sobey and the support of Angus Glover and DJ Mitchell, that was the difference in the ball game.
Well, this is quality basketball. Two teams that really wanted it. And these fans, you know, they deserved a great game, and they got a great game.
And they got a great game from Nathan Sobey, an equal career high 37 points for Nathan Sobey. Let's take a look at the Mitsubishi Motors ladder. You see what it means. The Phoenix move a win clear above Melbourne United. They've got a game in hand over United in that second spot. And the Hawks, well, they're at the peril now. They've got the Jack Jumpers and the Breakers twice in the run home.
And we can't just inform you how important it is to finish second and avoid that play-in tournament.
It is so, so important. Gentlemen, thank you so much. All of our crew behind the scenes here. What a wonderful crowd we had as well, and a wonderful contest. The Phoenix get it done. They get a big one by 11.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Better ringing him. Yeah, talking, can hardly hear you, so bear with me. And go.